The YF-23 Black Widow II represents one of the most fascinating chapters in modern aviation history, a jet that blended extreme stealth, futuristic lines, and silent lethality into a single airframe that looked more like something from the future than from the early 1990s. When you look at the YF-23, the first thing that captures attention is its unique silhouette, a design shaped by secrecy, advanced aerodynamics, and the pursuit of absolute air superiority. Although it never entered mass production, the YF-23 remains one of the most admired fighter prototypes ever built, an aircraft that pushed the boundaries of what was technologically possible for a next-generation stealth fighter. The exterior design of the YF-23 instantly sets it apart from any other fighter jet of its era. Its sharp diamond-shaped fuselage, long slender body, and blended wing surfaces create an elegant yet deadly profile optimized for stealth. Instead of using conventional round or bulky structures, the airframe incorporates smooth angles and carefully aligned geometries that scatter enemy radar waves away from the source. Even at first glance, the jet gives off an aura of stealth, with every curve and contour dedicated to reducing radar visibility. The jet's nose is pointed yet smoothly tapered, reducing radar reflection while providing a perfect aerodynamic shape for supersonic flight. One of the most distinctive features of the YF-23 is its V-shaped tail, which replaces the traditional vertical stabilizers found on most fighter jets. This twin-canted tail arrangement wasn't just for looks. It dramatically decreased radar cross-section while maintaining excellent control authority at high speeds. Combined with the jet's wide body and blended wing roots, the YF-23 achieved incredible aerodynamic stability with fewer protruding surfaces, making it harder to detect and visually identify. The body and wings flow seamlessly into one another, eliminating gaps and sharp transitions that could expose radar-sensitive edges. Everything about the design appears smooth, stretched, and predatory. Looking at the jet from above, its profile resembles an arrowhead mixed with a stealth bomber, a design philosophy that mixes agility with long-range operational capability. Unlike the more compact and aggressive stance of its competitor, the YF-22, which later became the F-22 Raptor, the YF-23 favors sleekness and stealth over dramatic thrust vectoring features. It was built around the idea of firing first, staying hidden, and striking without warning. Because of its diamond planform shape, the jet achieved reduced drag and exceptional lift efficiency, allowing it to reach high altitudes quickly and sustain long-range missions with minimal fuel consumption. The engine exhaust area is another signature element of the aircraft's stealth engineering. Instead of using round afterburner nozzles or directional thrust vanes, the YF-23 employs flat, wide exhaust troughs that conceal the engines deep within the fuselage. This not only reduces radar visibility but also minimizes heat signature, helping the aircraft evade infrared-guided missiles. The engine exhaust is cooled and dispersed by the design of these wide nozzles, a level of infrared suppression far ahead of its time. Even today, many stealth aircraft do not achieve the same combination of low observable shaping and thermal masking that the YF-23 demonstrated over 30 years ago. Although the aircraft's exterior shape appears smooth, every element has a purpose. The air intakes are positioned on the sides of the fuselage, carefully offset to prevent radar waves from entering the engine face. The canopy is tinted with a golden hue, a special coating used not just for aesthetics but to shield internal electronics in. The pilot's helmet from radar reflection. Even the landing gear doors and panel seams were precisely aligned to reduce gaps that could bounce radar waves back toward enemy radars. The overall level of stealth detail was so advanced that many of its engineering secrets remain classified to this day. The interior of the YF-23 cockpit was designed to give the pilot unmatched situational awareness for the early 1990s. While the interior tech cannot compare to today's touchscreen cockpits, it was still extremely advanced for its era. The cockpit layout combined multifunction displays, digital flight control systems, and an advanced hands-on throttle and stick arrangement that allowed the pilot to control the aircraft almost entirely without removing hands from the main controls. Everything inside the cockpit was centered around reducing pilot workload while enhancing combat efficiency. The visibility from the canopy was wide and unobstructed, giving the pilot a clear view of surroundings without sacrificing the stealth shape. Although the YF-23 cockpit looks simple compared to modern fifth-generation fighters, it was built around the concept of future adaptability. The airframe and onboard systems were designed with room for upgrades, expansions, and digital enhancements that would have kept the aircraft modern for decades. If the YF-23 had entered full production, its cockpit would have eventually evolved into a highly advanced digital glass cockpit similar to modern F-35 or upgraded F-22 layouts. Beneath the sleek exterior and advanced cockpit rested the true power of the YF-23, its engines. Two engine variants were tested during the competition, each offering extreme thrust, high-altitude performance, and low observability. One prototype used the Pratt & Whitney YF-119 engine, while the other used the General Electric YF-120 variable cycle engine. The YF-120 engine in particular was revolutionary, designed to switch between high-thrust and high-efficiency modes depending on mission needs. This ability would have allowed the jet to cruise at supersonic speeds, known as supercruise, without using afterburners, a major advantage for stealth operations. Supercruise capability gave the YF-23 a huge edge. Flying at supersonic speeds without afterburners drastically reduces infrared visibility and fuel consumption. The YF-23 reportedly achieved speeds faster than Mach 1.6 during tests without afterburners, making it one of the fastest stealth aircraft prototypes ever built. Its top speed is estimated to exceed Mach 2.2, although exact performance numbers remain classified. The engines also allowed the jet to climb rapidly and maintain high altitude with ease, perfect for long-range interception and air dominance missions. The YF-23's engine design also contributed heavily to its stealth profile. The engines were buried deep within the fuselage, with intake ducts that curved in a way that prevented radar waves from reaching the engine compressors. This S-shaped intake system was extremely advanced for its time and contributed to the jet's unusually quiet operation during flight. Test pilots reported that the YF-23 felt smooth, stable, and powerful without the aggressive engine noise associated with many fighter jets. Despite lacking the thrust vectoring capability of the YF-22, which helped that jet win the competition, the YF-23 was still incredibly maneuverable. Its agility came not from brute force but from aerodynamic efficiency, low drag, and optimal weight distribution. The aircraft demonstrated excellent turning ability at high speed, strong stability in steep climbs, and smooth handling in low-drag configurations. It was designed to be the first to detect, the first to fire, and the first to eliminate threats long before being detected itself. What truly set the YF-23 apart was its mission philosophy. This aircraft was designed not just as a maneuverable fighter but as a long-range, high-stealth interceptor capable of dominating the skies while remaining nearly invisible. Its combination of aerodynamic stealth shaping, high-efficiency engines, and advanced avionics allowed it to approach enemy airspace without alerting hostile radar systems. Its radar cross-section was estimated to be equal to or even lower than the F-117 Nighthawk in certain aspects, despite being much larger and significantly faster. This level of stealth performance came from extreme precision in shaping, materials, and internal layout, making the aircraft exceptionally difficult to detect even against advanced radar networks. The internal weapons bays were another critical component of the YF-23's low observable architecture. Like the later F-22, the aircraft stored all of its weapons internally to maintain a clean stealth profile. The weapons bays were spacious enough to carry long-range air-to-air missiles such as the AIM-120 AMRAAM and AIM-9 Sidewinder. Tests demonstrated that the YF-23 could deploy weapons at high speeds and high altitudes without destabilizing the aircraft or compromising stealth. The internal configuration also allowed for future integration of next-generation missiles, long-range strike weapons, or even electronic warfare pods. Engineers envisioned the YF-23 becoming a multi-role platform capable of deep strike missions if needed, with its stealth and speed providing a major advantage in contested airspace. The aircraft's sensor suite, though less publicly understood due to secrecy, was developed to be highly advanced for its era. The jet incorporated a sophisticated radar system, infrared sensors, and secure communication channels designed to link with other aircraft and ground stations. This network-centric approach meant that the YF-23 would not fight alone but as part of a broader information-driven battlefield. Pilots could access real-time updates, track threats from long distances, and coordinate with other stealth platforms with minimal radio communication, preserving stealth and improving mission efficiency. Even though the YF-23 never went into production, many of its avionics philosophies influenced later stealth aircraft development. The production models of the YF-23, if they had been built, were expected to include even more advanced technology. Engineers planned improvements to radar-absorbent materials, upgraded digital flight control systems, enhanced cockpit displays, and expanded mission capabilities. The basic airframe served as a starting point, designed to evolve with emerging technologies over decades. In other words, the YF-23 wasn't just a prototype, it was a blueprint for future air superiority, built with enough potential to remain relevant deep into the 21st century. In terms of flight testing performance, the YF-23 consistently demonstrated exceptional results. Pilots reported that the jet felt incredibly stable at high speeds and high altitudes, with minimal buffeting or vibration even during aggressive maneuvers. The aircraft's long fuselage and blended wing structure created a smooth ride with excellent energy retention, meaning it didn't lose speed quickly during turns or climbs. This made the YF-23 a natural high-altitude performer capable of intercepting threats long before they reached friendly airspace. Compared to the YF-22, the YF-23 was quieter, smoother, and more fuel-efficient, though the YF-22 had an edge in low-speed agility thanks to thrust vectoring nozzles. One of the most impressive aspects of the YF-23 was its ability to supercruise, reaching supersonic speeds without afterburner. This capability gave it a major advantage in real combat scenarios. Afterburners dramatically increase thrust but produce intense heat signatures, making aircraft easier to track with infrared sensors. Because the YF-23 could maintain high speeds without them, it remained stealthy even in offensive or high-speed maneuvers. Supercruise also allowed the jet to respond more quickly to emerging threats, intercept long-range enemy aircraft, or engage in hit-and-run tactics without burning excessive fuel. The aircraft's range was another key strength. Thanks to its extremely efficient aerodynamic design and deep internal fuel storage, the YF-23 could fly considerably farther than many fighters of its time. Long range combined with stealth made it ideal for deep penetration air dominance missions, where the aircraft could slip through radar coverage, neutralize threats, and return safely without requiring frequent refueling. This extended reach could have given the United States a major advantage in long-distance air combat scenarios or operations over remote regions. The YF-23's low-infrared signature also made it a challenging target for modern heat-seeking missiles. The engine exhaust troughs not only hid the glowing engine components but also mixed cooler air into the exhaust stream to reduce thermal visibility. This multi-layered approach to infrared suppression created an aircraft that was extremely hard to spot or lock onto, even for advanced missile systems. Combined with aerodynamic stealth and internal weapon storage, the YF-23 could approach and eliminate threats long before being detected, reducing the likelihood of dogfights or close-quarters combat. Many aviation experts believe that the YF-23's stealth in motion capabilities were ahead of their time. While many stealth aircraft maintain low radar visibility only from specific angles, the YF-23 maintained an impressively low radar cross-section across a wide range of orientations. This meant the aircraft remained stealthy even during turns, climbs, dives, and high-G maneuvers. The combination of shape, materials, and exhaust design created what some engineers described as continuous stealth, an advanced level of survivability especially useful against modern multi-angle radar arrays. The interior of the aircraft, specifically the cockpit experience, was designed around pilot safety, efficiency, and reduced fatigue. The seats were engineered to support the pilot during long-duration missions, while the arrangement of controls allowed for intuitive access to critical systems. The instrument displays provided real-time data on threats, fuel levels, weapon status, and flight conditions. If the aircraft had entered mass production, the cockpit would likely have received a full digital upgrade, integrating panoramic displays, helmet-mounted targeting systems, and more advanced sensor fusion. Although many aspects of the YF-23's interior remain classified, it is understood that the aircraft included a robust navigation system, secure communication encryption, and early forms of sensor integration that influenced later stealth aircraft. Engineers also considered future compatibility with helmet-mounted sights and night vision systems, ensuring that the platform could evolve as technology improved. The aircraft's roomy cockpit provided the pilot with comfort and visibility, a necessary feature for long missions and high-altitude operations. One of the most debated topics is the potential cost and price of the YF-23 if it had entered service. Because it remained a prototype, the exact price is speculative, but analysts estimate that each production unit would have cost between $120 million to $150 million United States dollars in early 2000s dollars, depending on configuration, engine selection, and production scale. Adjusted to modern value, that cost could exceed $200 million United States dollars per aircraft. These figures include the advanced stealth materials, large airframe structure, cutting-edge engines, and expensive avionics systems. Compared to the eventual F-22 Raptor, which cost around $150 million per aircraft, the YF-23 would likely have had similar or slightly higher costs due to its larger size and unique design features. Despite its remarkable performance, the YF-23 did not win the Advanced Tactical Fighter competition. The YF-22 offered superior agility thanks to thrust vectoring, and the Air Force favored its dogfighting characteristics. The YF-22 also promised potentially easier maintenance and possibly lower overall risk for long-term production. Nevertheless, many aviation analysts still argue that the YF-23 might have provided better long-range stealth, speed, and survivability. The loss of the competition marked the end of the YF-23's journey as a frontline fighter but began its legacy as one of the greatest aircraft that never entered production. Even after the program ended, the YF-23 continued to influence aviation design. Engineers studied the jet's stealth shaping, exhaust cooling systems, and aerodynamic innovations for future programs. Some of its design principles reappeared in later aircraft concepts and stealth drone prototypes. The lessons learned from the YF-23 shaped the evolution of next-generation air dominance platforms and contributed to the broader understanding of stealth aerodynamics. The legacy of the YF-23 Black Widow II extends far beyond the competition it lost, living on as a symbol of what cutting-edge aerospace engineering can accomplish when designers are given the freedom to push boundaries. Its impact can be seen not only in the technologies that emerged after the program but also in the way military strategists think about air dominance, stealth survivability, and long-range interception. The YF-23 demonstrated that a fighter jet could be stealthy without sacrificing speed, could be large without being sluggish, and could be elegant while still being deadly. Its role as a technological pioneer is recognized by aviation historians, pilots, engineers, and enthusiasts around the world. The aircraft's unmatched stealth design made it a masterclass in aerodynamic shaping. The smooth surface transitions, the absence of sharp edges, and the carefully angled geometry contributed to a radar signature so small that even advanced detection systems struggled to track it. Its stealth capacity was not just theoretical. Real-world tests consistently showed that the aircraft blended into the sky with astonishing efficiency. The two prototypes tested under the ATF program, nicknamed Gray Ghost and Spider, demonstrated radar cross-sections at levels that stunned observers and specialists. Even though the YF-23 was larger than the F-22, early measurements suggested that its stealth shaping may have been even more effective in certain flight profiles. The jet's appearance alone commands respect. Its long wingspan and diamond-shaped body give it an almost alien presence, a look that seems decades ahead of its time. From the front, the aircraft appears slim and predatory, with a pointed nose and angled intakes that channel air efficiently while blocking radar reflections into the engine. From the side, the aircraft stretches out like a stealth bomber-fighter hybrid, with long lines that emphasize both speed and stealth. The dorsal spine running along the top of the fuselage adds to the sleek aesthetic while providing internal volume for avionics, wiring, and fuel. The entire airframe looks like it was sculpted in a wind tunnel with precision that rivals modern fifth-generation designs. The cockpit experience of the YF-23 was built around giving the pilot absolute confidence in every phase of flight. The visibility from the raised cockpit seat allowed for exceptional awareness, especially during high-altitude missions where spotting distant threats or coordinating with Allied aircraft becomes essential. The ergonomic design of the control system ensured that the pilot could operate complex systems with minimal effort. The digital fly-by-wire system provided smooth handling, making the aircraft feel responsive yet stable even at extreme altitudes and high speeds. This stability was one of the qualities test pilots admired most, as the jet remained predictable and balanced despite its futuristic design and large wingspan. Had the aircraft entered mass production, its interior would have undergone multiple upgrades, eventually incorporating the most advanced sensor fusion technologies available. This would have allowed the pilot to view combined data from radar, infrared sensors, communication links, and satellite feeds all in a single intuitive interface. The focus on reducing pilot workload would have aligned perfectly with the evolution of modern aircraft, where situational awareness and rapid information processing are as important as raw maneuverability. The YF-23's engine performance stands as one of its greatest strengths. The Pratt & Whitney YF-119 engine variant provided consistent high thrust and reliable performance, while the General Electric YF-120 variable cycle engine represented a breakthrough in propulsion technology. The YF-120 allowed the aircraft to switch between modes that favored either power or efficiency depending on mission demands. This innovation enabled the YF-23 to supercruise at impressively high speeds without the massive fuel burn normally associated with sustained supersonic flight. Test flights showed the aircraft maintaining speeds well above Mach 1.6 without afterburner, a capability extremely rare at the time. The aircraft's top speed remains classified, but estimates put it beyond Mach 2.2, with some suggesting it could go even faster in certain configurations. The jet was not designed to be a high-speed sprinter like the SR-71, but its combination of speed, stealth, and stability made it one of the fastest stealth aircraft ever developed. Its powerful engines allowed for rapid acceleration and easy recovery of energy after turns or climbs. This capability is crucial for air combat environments where maintaining energy can mean the difference between gaining a tactical advantage or losing one. The YF-23's climb rate was another aspect that impressed test pilots and engineers. The aircraft could ascend quickly into the upper atmosphere, allowing it to intercept long-range enemy aircraft or missiles with minimal delay. Its ability to sustain high-altitude flight made it ideal for missions requiring extended surveillance, air dominance, or long-range engagement. High altitude also enhanced its stealth capability, as the thinner air decreased the effectiveness of radar tracking from ground-based systems. The deep internal weapons bays of the YF-23 allowed it to carry up to 6 AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles along with 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders for close-range combat. Engineers also envisioned future variants carrying longer-range missiles or potentially adapting the airframe for ground attack roles. The spacious bays and aerodynamic shape provided flexibility for integrating future weapon systems, making the aircraft capable of evolving over decades. While the YF-22 placed a greater emphasis on maneuverability and dogfighting agility, the YF-23 favored long-range engagements, stealth-first strategy, and superior survivability. The debate over why the YF-23 lost the competition continues to this day. Some argue that the Air Force preferred the YF-22's thrust vectoring agility, believing close combat maneuverability was still essential for future air battles. Others believe that production risk and cost factors influenced the final decision. The YF-23's complex shape and advanced materials required more specialized manufacturing processes. Another factor was that the Air Force saw more growth potential in the YF-22's design for future multi-role missions. Still, many experts insist that the YF-23 offered unmatched stealth, better range, and higher speed, potentially making it the superior long-term choice for air superiority. Even though the YF-23 program ended, its influence spread across the aerospace industry. Several stealth drone concepts, including early designs for high-altitude, long-endurance unmanned systems, drew inspiration from its aerodynamic lines. Engineers studying next-generation air dominance programs continued to reference the YF-23 for insights into stealth propulsion shielding, thermal management, and aerodynamic efficiency. The aircraft became a benchmark for continuous stealth, a concept where stealth performance remains strong across all angles of detection and during all phases of flight. In the years that followed, both YF-23 prototypes were preserved and displayed for the public. Aviation enthusiasts around the world visit these aircraft to witness a glimpse of what could have been the future of American air superiority.